Hello! In this episode of FUM0068 machining, we are going to make the fourth part for the mystery machining number 1. This time it will be like this. I will show it to you. Okay. There will be lathe work mainly, very little little milling, and yeah. So first I will show you the tools I will be using and one bozo. Let's go on with those. Okay. So here is my peek at drawing, and as you can see it's a cylindrical, upside down. It's a part like that. There is a stem here, then a larger part, and then a little bit smaller. There are some threads here and some diameters, and again not a very long, but there is a small hole, 2 millimeters, and then a hole crossing here, 2 millimeters. This one must be done in milling machine, also this one, the flats here. Okay, what we are going to need here are, for the first we are going to use this one for the thread here. And then, this is the 2 millimeter drill, another 2 millimeter drill, and this one is for the milling machine. And then we have 10 millimeter, 6 millimeter, and 6.5 millimeter. 6.5 millimeter goes with this thread. The material is the same which we used for this, and that's that. And now the bozo. You know, this is a learning process for me at least, and as you can see I made these flats here, so you can use a wrench to tighten it, but the other side is a little bit different. There is your bozo. So this is a result from me not tightening or not tightening not enough it slipped away from the vise. Well, yes, I have a crappy vise and I should always take note on that. Okay, but this was not a catastrophe, it just made this part look like it would be made by someone. Okay, so now let's go on with the lathe job. Well, in this case the order of operations is I would say critical, because we have this very slim stem here. This should be done last. So my plan here is to first put it from this end into lathe, and then do everything from here to and cut it all the way to the diameter 19.1 millimeters, all the way here. And then I do all the features here inside, and then what I will do is to cut it to the correct length and then turn it around in the lathe, so it's attached from this end. And then I can do the grooves here, because and of course I center drill and face this end as well. So I center drill and support it from this end, because these grooves may create some chatter. So therefore it must be supported quite well. And after everything is done, I can turn this slim part here, and this will be fun. Lucky me, this one is not critical. There is a 0.5 millimeter play must be there. There must be room, so therefore, well, it's not critical. So, well, let's go on into the lathe. Okay, first we will. I already have the workpiece here, but I will extend it out a little bit. Well, not just a little bit, quite a lot. And then I will indicate it, and yeah, let's go on. So 55 plus 45 is 100, 130. Let's put 100, that was 30, 5 millimeters more, so I can cut it from there. This is in a very good condition. Okay, now we can start indicating this again. Okay, it's there now in 1/100th of a millimeter accuracy. That's more than enough for us at this point. Yeah. Okay. Indicated. Now I'm going to center drill this one. Hopefully you can see, yes, you can see something. So let's move this a little bit away. So, oh, that camera is not, well, it's okay. So number 3 center drill, and let's put this thing on. And now I have modified this a little bit. There is now this kind of thing, which is actually very nice, because now I can pinpoint where I want to put this thing, this stuff. So, yeah. And now the correct speed here, that's also important. That I believe is quite near. The correct gear, at least. Oh, I'm missing something. Yeah, please. This time we make a real center drill, because we are going to use steady live support here. There you are. Okay. Take this away and center drilled, and then I will put the support there. Always wipe these surfaces. There you are. And now let's see. We probably need a little bit space here, I believe, if I want to use it this way. Well, I cannot. Well, I will adjust this compound the other way, because I need to go up to there somewhere, and well, from the very start. So I will come back when that's done. Okay, we are ready to go with this one now. Let me take my glasses, and well, I have set up the auto feed in this one now, because this will be a very long thing to do. Let's see about the speed first. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it works. Okay, and now I will touch. Well, that was very... Okay, there's my touch. And now I think we aim to 19.1 millimeters, and this is now 25. So let's take 1 millimeter of the diameter first. Let's see what happens here. Well, nothing bad, I can tell. And the chips are really nice. Very small. Yeah, okay. And they are flying everywhere. Okay, I will come back when we are at the suitable diameter for the final passes. So our aim was 19.1 millimeters. That will be interesting. Okay, now this is not too warm for the first to measure it, and the diameter is here at the moment. 20.03 here, 20.03. Well, my taper is vanished, I believe. 20.04. Okay, just a little bit, but that's really good. Then what I have done, I have turned the insert, and therefore this now, if I would cut as earlier, it would not be the same. So therefore I will now the rest 0.905 millimeters, 0.503 millimeters. I will take the first pass only half a millimeter, and then the next pass I will take the rest. And now, again, these are really important. This is slinging the stuff everywhere. We need a little bit more speed because I think that one should be okay. Let's see now. Well, chips are not bad at all. The finish, well, I don't know. Let's see. So how warm is it? A little bit too warm. Oh, this was locked. No. I probably need to let it cool down if it is oversized and then see again. Yes, it is 5/100 of a millimeter oversize. No, 4/100 of a millimeter. So let it cool down and measure it again. This might become smaller. Okay, and my battery seems to be running out, so this was a very suitable moment for this. Okay, now that it cooled down and I measured it, it was 3/100 of a millimeter oversize. So we could try to take it out. Well, I think we can do that, but we need to be really careful with that one. Well, it's I took 1/100 of a millimeter out of it. So we have 2/100 of a millimeter to take off with emery, and this is actually not too bad. Okay, I have now done here something. The end of this needs to be taken down to 13 millimeters, and the length of that cut is 45 millimeters. So what I did, I touched the end, and then I used this end screw here to bring it to 45 millimeters, which is, by the way, divisible by 3. That's important. So now we get here to I have a marking here which can be used as a coarse marking, and then I use the end wheel to get it right to the correct dimension. So let's start with these. So my first pass is 1 millimeter away. I believe this is quite near the correct one. I can increase the speed if needed. should be 13 millimeters now, quite near. That's become, oh well, it's 1/100th of a millimeter undersize. That's not bad. Okay, now we have a 6 millimeter drill here, and the hole depth should be 35 millimeters. And I have now done so that when there is a gap of 35 millimeters here, this is in 35 millimeters, when I measure here 35, we are done. Okay, then now again these, and let's go. Millimeter hole done. Next one will be 6.5 millimeters. So this is now, pull it back. Around there. So let's go. 15 millimeters. Like that. Okay. Yep. That's that. That's for the M8 thread. And then next, the 10 millimeters. This one is only 5 millimeters. There you are. Okay, and now the difficult one. The tiny 2 millimeter hole. Okay. Good morning, fourt first. This is the next morning, and now I'm going to drill the tiny hole here. What I have done here, I did put the drill bit, this one here, into a tool holder, and then I adjusted the center height, and after that I made sure it is straight by the chuck on chuck side. And after that I just lightly touched with the drill the side of this this bit, and then I moved it suitable amount so it now is in the center. So now I'm going to peck drill it all the way. We have quite a long way to go. from here to there, 50 millimeters. The depth of this hole is not, it doesn't need to be exactly 50 millimeters. It can be a little bit more. And now again, with these small tiny drills, I have broken a few of them, and when they break up, when they break up, so then they fly around. So therefore these are really important. It seems out to be really innocent, but when it really breaks up, it flies away in random direction. And this is if you end up having one of those bits in your eye, it's not very nice. So therefore these are not only cool, they are really required here. So let's see. And now this one needs to be quite fast. While you do this at the final, this is very boring. The principle of back drilling is just to do it very, very small steps. And this one keeps the drill straight, and it also prohibits some tendency of this to break up. So therefore this back drilling, but it's really slow, so therefore there is no sense in showing you all this, but it's just drilling, retracting, doing this a million times. After that it's done. So I'll come back when this hole is ready. Okay, I have been drilling it, it's almost there. So the last millimeters to go, and this is really tedious. It takes about half an hour to drill such a hole. I don't know how, for example, CNC machines cope with these kind of holes. It would be really interesting to see how they do this. Apparently they need to do it somehow. Okay, now I can tell it's safe. It's safe to say it's 50 millimeters inside there. Ready with this hole, and now let's see what kind of stuff comes out from there. If I can get it there, because we have, oh yeah, it's very fine, and yeah, oh, so this is really, oh yeah, so anyway, that's ready now. Okay, and now we are going to make an M8 thread here. It should be 10 millimeters of thread, and it starts below 10 millimeters below this, no, 5 millimeters below the because there is this 10 millimeter recess, so we need to be so 10 millimeters is around there, and this tap, this is a spiral flute, so it will eject the cuttings away from the hole. So and then this one doesn't have the center bore, doesn't have it. So yeah, and I'm using a tool like this. Let's see, that hole is suitable. These are quite handsome. They are, but well, let's see now. Now it's there, I can tell. Okay. Well, now let's take this out. I could tell it's in the bottom of this. Yeah. Well. Huh. Let's see now. Yes. Well, yeah, as it goes. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. The 5 millimeters I had here, all good. Okay, now. Now we need to put a little chamfer in this corner, just a little. So let's take a file. Like that. Yep. Okay, not too bad. Not 1 hour of filing, and this one just breaks this corner. And there you are. Yeah. So it's no more sharp. Okay. And as you remember, we need to emery cloth or something with these two surfaces. And now, well, we are ready with this side. Now we can cut it to the correct length. Well, this is cutting now in a lathe, and this is always... Let's take this as a steady rest for my hand, and here you go. Well, I don't know how much I did lose for the footage here, but well, it's now parted from there, and it should be 85 millimeters this portion. Let's see if it is. It can be a little bit longer, but not too much shorter. Well, it's 85.5. Ah, yeah. Okay. So now we have this type of well, object. And now let's see what we can do with that one. Okay, I'll do some preparations here, and after that we go on. What I have done here is that I have turned this piece around. Now the 13 millimeter part is inside the chuck. I indicated it down to 1/100 of a millimeter. It's less actually, and then now we need to do center ball here. Yeah, so let's do it. And the speed is again, probably that is suitable for. This is a 2.5 millimeter center drill. It's a really tiny one. A little bit more, and there you are. It should be, well, let me show you. The depth of these center drills when you make a center is at least 2/3 of this taper. So around there, where my nail is. So not shallower than that. There you are. A little bit out. Let's see if we have access to everywhere where we need to be. Well, this can be shorter, like that. Now it's short enough. I do it so that it's as near as possible to the tailstock. So then the support might be more stable. And now it's locked, is it? That is. Okay. And then I think what we need to do first is the grooves here. Because now we have the full support here. It's a thick piece, so the chances of chatter are not so great. So this is the piece I'm going to use. I show it to this other camera. This is a grooving insert, not a cutting insert. This is a grooving one. And now the width of this is, it's 1.5 millimeters. And we need 2.6 millimeters groove width. Okay. There you are. Let's see now. Now it should go there quite freely for the first. Yeah. And this one too. Yeah. So the grooves are there now. Well, this one is a cheap Chinese thing, but the inserts are not cheap Chinese. These are from Frankfurt Flea Market. How come? So next step will be the 6 millimeter. This part here needs to be cut down to 6 millimeter diameter. will keep on doing this till I get near to the 6 millimeters. I will do that off the camera. Well, now we are at 7 millimeters in diameter here. So, well, and I did check it. Well, well, it's 1/100th of a millimeter oversize. So we need to take this down to 6. And we are going to do this with 0.5 millimeter steps, because it creates a lot of chatter with 1 millimeter cut here. This is quite flimsy now. It's only 6 millimeters in diameter, so it flexes. And that's another reason for these light cuts. Well, 0.5 millimeter. Well, it's a light cut, okay. And then we need these again. Although this one is now not throwing that much of cutting. Well, speed is alright. This is the first 0.5 millimeter. Surface. There you are. Let's see how near. Oh, and the surface finish when I started to vary the speed became a lot better. Oh yeah, that's typical. It's 5/100th of a millimeter oversize, is it? Really? No, it's 2/100th of a millimeter, maybe. And this end then? It's 1/100th of a millimeter oversize. This end is 4. Well, it's a slight taper. And as you can see, we have here some cuttings. I have this type of a tool to manage this stuff. Let's take this a little bit more this way, so it's easier for me to. And that one there a little bit over. Okay. So we can take these away from here. And hopefully the camera shows what kind of things. These are a little bit bluish. I think this is optimal cuttings. Yeah. Okay. That was that. And now let's take the rest away. Keeping this clean is, for me, it's really important, because and I don't like to use soft air for this. That's not my style. Okay, now I have put it a little bit away from the chuck so I can file it. This one was a little bit oversized, the thick portion here. It should be 19 millimeters and not a tad over. It can be a little bit under, but not over. So we are going to file it. This is a quite fine file. I have made sure it's clean, and then I will show now how I do this. This is probably not the only way how to do this, but this is my way. So, first of all, don't push the file into there. You just gently wipe over, and then every time wipe the file. like this, every time. And when I see the tool marks have gone, I stop firing. And now they are not gone, but it might be suitable place for measuring it for the first. I believe it's quite near the correct, yeah, it's exactly at the moment. I have experienced that this is not very clearly visible. Hopefully it is now. So it's exactly on the position. So now I take some emery, and well, I take this is 220 grit. I start with this one. So I have folded it so that it's a little bit stiffer. This is the paper version. Now I take this a little bit. Where should I put it? Away? No. Somewhere here. Okay. So all we want to do is to get rid of the tool marks. Just a little bit, not a lot. It doesn't matter if you have a few there. Okay. I believe that was enough for this type of paper. Then we go directly to 1200, I believe, yes. So this will not become a mirror polish, no. It's just that it doesn't have any sharp edges there on the surface. And this one doesn't take well, it doesn't take anything, not a lot from the surface. Now I believe it's there. Well, it looks, well, it looks like it looks, but let's see. What's the diameter in different places? First we check here. No, it's under. Under, over. A little bit under. That's okay. And here. This is quite slippery now. A little bit under, this is telling us, let's log it. Yeah, a little bit under, and this one too should be a little bit under. Yeah, okay, this is now, this surface is okay, but now we also need to take care of this surface, and that one is well, this is doesn't need to be a precise surface, it's just there to support the spring. I believe that's that, and then we take just some, oh yeah, let's see how it feels. Feels alright. That's that. Then this one. That, and then the last one. Yep. Okay, this works. And then one final check with this, oh, this one, from the outside. Should be there. Okay. This part should be ready now. Oh, one thing is missing. The 2mm hole. And this is something I have been thinking if I can do this in mill or not. And also the flutes here, this is something I need to consider if I leave it alone. So the 2mm hole here across, I believe I'm doing this with hand drill. Let's see how this goes. I'll set it up and it should be doable by hand drill. First I will center punch this with this automatic punch. And now let's see, there is the place about there. Okay, there you are. I made it intentionally so that it's not straight here but a little bit angle, so it's easier for me to control that. About. Yeah. It grabbed right away. Okay. Well. I'll show it to you now. It's there. Can you see it? Yes, you can. Oh, well, it's a really tiny hole there, and it looks to be in the middle. Well, it's a little bit tilted, but that's not a problem at all. So now let's take the burr away. Wait, I have this really small file, and that's the safe edge. This one has a safe edge. There is no teeth in this side, so I can... there you are. And then this one too. Well, now it's ready. In the next episode we are going to do one more part, maybe two, and then we are finalized with this one. And we put it together and then we see what this really is. Okay, till then, bye!